we are going to see how the old Indian Shastras are there and whether they are truly scientific Shastras or not. Unfortunately, there is a problem associated with interpretation. Just remember interpretation of the word Shastra. Old Shastras were having some understanding. These are the rules. Because there was no scientific approach or analysis at that time, they made a lot of observations and defined some rules on the basis of these observations, and then they tested it for a long time and they confirmed that okay, this works like this, and if it is so, the things will happen so. Now these particular things are called as Shastras because there is a statistical probability of existence of that particular rule to more satisfactory level or higher level of implementation and success. That means we can call it as a Shastra. Later on, when the science developed, the people defined scientifically the things, and that the scientific approach of any investigation is called as Shastra from the advanced scientific point of view. This is how it differs the old and new Shastra. Now, there is also confusion, or the people say that we were having a huge science and technology Shastras with us and we were developed. No, it's not like this. It's partially true because the rules, if you will say, they are rules. They were very useful in living and they were helpful for life, different structures of various aspects, but based on the experience. There was no investigation of forces, the physics, hydraulics, electricals, electronics, because that was not existing at that time. There was no electricity. What was there, the advanced thing you can say is it's only fire and metal. Apart from that, there was nothing existing of electromagnetism and then electronics and then communication, wireless communication, wired communication, electrical circuits, nothing was existing. So this science is actually a latest baby which has some different definition. At the same time, interestingly, we can say now, even though these are not scientific Shastras, but they were very helpful in making the life more happy, comfortable and useful. Because if you will say Ayurveda is a Shastra which is helping and supporting the metabolism to reduce the disease, to help growth. There are certain Shastras in that particular Ayurveda also, they go for operations or similar things. Then there is a certain Shastras or the rules for spiritual or rituals also. Means these all were the useful, socially useful rules and regulations. Fortunately, this thing was not existing in case, or is not existing in case of any other religions, because people have not worked to this level on the life in different aspects like the cultural, health associated, education associated, then governance associated. These were different studies made by the people and converted into Shastras, which does not exist in case of any of the religions excepting Hinduism. So in this Hinduism, we have number of faith associated things, how to construct the temples, how to disease control or check the disease, how to increase your immunity, what is a life, and how to increase your metabolic activity to a positive side, and these things which are there. So in short, the Shastras are nothing but these are the rules which were made for humanity, which were made for betterment of the life, and people were very happy. Therefore, there is a certain aspect of following the Shastra with understanding as experience rules which are having better or nice or more success rate, which can be very useful to your own life. Therefore, you will see what is Indian culture. Indian culture is nothing but defining various aspects of life and studying them, making the rules of them so that people can follow it for their different requirements, and that can be utilized. Suppose Vastu Shastra, if you will say, these are the rules. Don't speak like it is a scientific Shastra, but from the spiritual point of view, it is supposed to give some results. Now, it is to be investigated why it is happening so. If you are having certain things in the house, now somehow the people may say, okay, it's not right, it's wrong, it doesn't work properly, it's all foolish. Okay, it's unless otherwise it is investigated for a large sample space, you come to certain conclusion and then decide whether it works or not, whether it is successful or not, because ultimately these are the rules. Shastras, what they are the rules, and these rules, if they are successfully implementable, they are giving the results, there is no harm in following them, and at the same time there is no point in denying them also. So we should have certain understanding associated with the old Shastras, that this is our inheritance. We have to investigate the success rate, check it whether it works or not. If it works, all right, no problem. Now, similar like a placebo. What is a placebo? You give the medicine and somebody gets repaired because of himself and his personal understanding. Okay, but in this case it is not an understanding, but they have investigated it for large number of sample spaces and they come to a certain conclusion. Again, for medicines also, investigated number of herbs and then prepared a huge combination of herbs to cure certain disease. That itself is a great thing. So, in variety of areas, lot of work has been done by the people and formulated in the form of rules, which has got exceptionally good success rate. You can investigate that and we can come to conclusion. Therefore, the Shastras which are there, these are having different interpretation of the word Shastra, but there is no point in denying them. Analyze them, use them, see them whether it works or not, and if it works, okay, use them, that's not a problem. But unnecessarily denying is also injustice to the previous Shastras. That's the thing, because purely because of the scientific things, if you are denying the Shastras, that's unfair as far as things are concerned. So we have to think a little bit and on this and respect their success rate. I don't say just believe them blindly. Decide, analyze, work, see how does it work, and come to a certain conclusion. So I hope we have discussed good associated with the Shastras, which highlights from the scientific point of view how the Shastras are having certain applications and utility as well as existence on today's date. So in future, look at the Shastras as rules made for betterment of human life. And we have come to some good point of discussion, that is, use them if they are useful, forget them if it doesn't use, analyze them statistically whether it works or not. Thank you. We will meet in the next video.